All right. I'm gonna hit you about today or two. All right. All right. The
All right.
water.
Shalom, let it sir.
Outside Christ. You ready to rock? You ready to rock? Just get us in here. I'll wait if anybody got any questions. We can get right to it.
So, what is the reason again? Because I know it's been a minute since I've been here. What is the reason why no one shouldn't like smoke weed and everything?
All right, just give me 1 second, brother. Okay, I'm gonna introduce the class. Let's get it. It's the new one.
You looking for the new YouTube?
Yeah.
I don't believe he made a new YouTube. I think it was just a Facebook.
Oh, the Facebook. Okay.
concept.
Wow. One moment. I just want to make sure in case somebody online got questions. All right. Okay. Oh, that's us there, right?
Concert is on
That's the-
Facebook.
Oh, that's the Facebook. Okay.
Concert.
Get the YouTube on here. All right. All right, let's clap it up. Okay. Shalom, Israel. This is the ISUPK, Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Okay, we are under Commanding General Yohana. All right, the man that's set up by the Most High, authorized by the Most High, for us to lead Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans back to who they truly are, the 12 tribes of Israel. Okay, and in keeping these laws, statutes, and commandments. Okay, this is a Friday night class, and this Friday night class is going to be more of a history class. Okay, and me, Captain Azania, Captain 10,000, and with me,
Priest and Officer Fidi Akia.
Akia, all right? Give him a hand, all right? All right, and tonight's class, we're going to speak on Black history, okay? Black history and what the truth is about Black history and what we should always go to first and foremost when we're learning about all Black history, all right? Okay, and when we say Black history, we're speaking of the 12 tribes of Israel, all right? Blacks in America, the so-called Negro, so-called West Indian, so-called Haitian, so-called natives, so-called Latinos, so-called Hispanics, so-called indigenous, specifically of North, Central, and South America, of the diaspora, the transatlantic slave trade, okay? We are scattered abroad, but heavily concentrated here in the Americas, in this island Americas, all right? Okay, the brother had a question, all right? But before the question, brother, we're going to just get to the topic real quick, okay? All right, and then we'll do the questions, all right? All right. Okay, so we're going to go into Black history. And the importance is this month is Black History Month, right? Okay, all right. Do you catch anything about this month being Black History Month? What stands out the most?
I mean, for me, what's standing out the most is that you really don't hear about, the Bible when you're hearing about Black history here in America.
That's correct.
Nobody really likes to talk about that, talk about Christ, any of his disciples, or anything else that's found in the Bible, especially in the churches. They don't bring out that the Bible is indeed our Black history.
Excellent point.
Right.
All right. Anything else? Usually they give us February, right? Which is the shortest month. Yeah. We always bring that out. Black people bring that out anyway.
Right.
Okay. They give us the shortest month. But it was just a week. Okay. Carter G. Woodson was a historian. And he said we should have Black History Week. Okay, because we study American history, but we never focus on Black Americans and their contributions to America,
right,
and the society, right? So it started off as a week, and it was a week in February, and then they said it needs to be longer, so they did Black History Month. All right, that's where that concept comes from, and in the ISUPK, the reason why we call it forever is because Black history shouldn't be regulated to 1 month.
Right. Exactly.
You get what I'm saying? That's crazy. That's insane for us to think that we should just be confounded to 1 month.
Right.
Okay. Now you're gonna see us.
Right.
You're gonna see Black people in the world. You're gonna have Black History T-shirts on. And,
right.
You watch the NBA?
Yeah.
The NBA is Black History Month in the NBA. And you get what I'm saying? They wearing some type of Black History shirt. Why are they warming up? That's stupid.
Right.
That ain't really going to do nothing, man. That's just like
wearing merch.
Yeah, shut up, nigga. Right.
Yeah.
What you say, brother?
Just wearing like merchandise.
Thank you.
Exactly.
It's just merchandise. It becomes a fad or a style. What happens with styles?
It start to wear out.
Raise your hand.
It start to wear out.
Excellent. Get a brother a hand.
Right.
What's going to happen is it wears out.
It's got to switching up. It starts to switch up
Thank
as well.
you. Yep.
And it's always a new trend that comes
Thank
out after
you.
that.
Thank you. Because if you notice, it's always a time where everybody pro-black.
Right.
And then it's just going to go down and then
Exactly.
come back. Now everybody pro-black again.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? You know what I mean? So it was like ICE been around. Immigration been locking up Hispanics and Mexicans since Obama.
That's right.
Forever. Kicking them out of here and locking them up and separating their families. But when that white woman got popped, you feel what I'm saying?
Right.
And the white man get popped and then Trump get in office. Now everybody is like, oh man, we against ICE. Yeah, we with the Hispanics. I'm not mad that you blacks and Hispanics is getting together because we should. But don't do it just because it's the fad, it's the style right now.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? Because I see right through that, and everybody should look through that and go, yeah, but you ain't really real. You feel what I'm saying? They playing basketball and they wearing that on their jersey for Black History Month, but that ain't really real.
It's a lot here. Also,
Please.
what you see right now too, what's going on is the Black Panthers coming out, and before the ICE thing was really prominent, you wasn't hearing about the Black Panthers,
Right.
or some type of new movement that they're trying to come up with.
Right.
Like you said, it's just because what's in the now, what's going on, they want to come out and try to make some type of change, but any day of the year, you don't ever hear about them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
Excellent.
That's real.
Excellent. It always dies down.
That's right.
It's like my son was saying all last year. My son was saying 6'7". Every chance he could get, he would say 6'7", 6'7", 6'7".
Yeah.
Right? A couple of weeks ago, right? Something was on TV, and I'm like, "Oh, you ain't see that? It just said 6'7". I thought he said, "Man, that was last year."
Wow.
So what happens is Black History is going to be last year or something of the past. So you ain't really going to care about. Can you pass me that book right there real quick? Just real quick, right? I like LeBron.
Right.
I'm a big LeBron James fan, right? I like LeBron off the court. A lot of things you do. But LeBron, one time he was in the locker room and the news cameras came in. He had a book. It was the autobiography of Malcolm X. He had a book placement card, to hold your page, a page holder,
the book,
right? Bookmarker. Come on, Doc. Perfect. He had a bookmarker in the book on the first page. So when the cameras came, he was like, "Yeah, I read this book a lot. It's one of the greatest books. It gives me inspiration. It's the autobiography of Malcolm X." And he went like this, right? And it's on the first page.
Right.
And they got it. So when they first got it, everybody's like, "Yeah, man, LeBron James reading Malcolm X. I like that. Yeah. He thinking he doing something." And then everybody caught it like, "How you reading the book? How you read the book?
It's on the first page.
And you on the first page.
Right.
LeBron, what's up?"
Right.
You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
You're doing it because it's cool. Just because it's trendy right now. It's now the time to do it. So that way, what they can do is they can take the masses of people and say, "All right, we with y'all. We pro Black history." And then they can implement and throw other things in there of what to teach you.
Right.
All right. Okay. So we're going to talk about the real Black history.
That's right.
Because could you believe people still talking about Black history, right? Wayne, the brother name, right?
Yep.
Okay. Wayne. What do people believe Jesus Christ looks like?
What?
Thank you, man. It's 2026. And you got Black people saying, Black history, man, Blacks. We need to black this. We need to vote Black. We need to march Black. We need Black businesses. Black people still believe Jesus is white.
That's right.
That's insane, huh?
Gotcha.
That's crazy. Wayne just said it. A young brother said, Black people still think that Jesus is white. That's crazy. If you're going to say, "Oh man, Black history is great," you better learn Black history. but you think Jesus is white.
Right.
That's crazy. Go ahead.
God. Should we get into that?
Yep.
All right, so we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna get into the into what Black history truly is and where it began. You understand? And you're gonna find out in the Bible. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna find out all throughout the Bible that the Bible is Black history. You know what I'm saying? The Bible is our history.
That's right.
For the so-called Blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians.
Excellent.
You know what I'm saying? So can you go to Deuteronomy 28 from the top? Page 248 in the beginning.
I'll read it for you, brother. Yeah.
Do it, sir.
The brother still want to find it, right?
Yeah. All right, you can go ahead, sir.
Come. Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 1. And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and to do all his commandments, which I command thee this day.
And so when it's saying right here that and it shall come to pass that thou shalt hearken just means to listen.
That's right.
You understand? You want to listen. So thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God. Go ahead.
Be this day that the Lord thy God will set thee on high above all nations of the earth.
And that right there as well, that right there just shows and proves that the Lord has a chosen people. You understand? That the Lord doesn't, that there's nothing equal in this world, that we not equal to these other nations.
That's right.
Right here is plain as day. It says, the Lord thy God will set thee, Israel, on high above all nations of the earth.
That's perfect.
You understand? We are to be, above everybody else. But we'll get into, later on in the scriptures why we at the bottom. You understand? So, go ahead, sir.
Yeah. Deuteronomy chapter 28. Let me jump down to 15.
Come on, sir.
15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
It's a lock it. And so now right here, 15, we're going to start to see, the curses that come with not following, what the Lord wants us to do. You know what I'm saying? With serving other gods and things like that. This is going to be our curses that's going to come upon us, Blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians. You know what I'm saying? So go ahead, sir. For sure.
Yep. The Lord thy God, to observe and to do all the commandments and his statutes.
To do all his commandments. The Christian churches, they tell you that, you don't have to follow the commandments anymore.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? They believe that the law is done away with, that you got to, you only got to do a couple of them, or it's only, the 10 commandments or whatever. They don't really get into the scriptures, you know what I'm saying, showing that it says right here that you have to do all his commandments, not just some of them, not the ones that you want to do, but all of them. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, sure.
Come on, sir. Come on. Which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
Right there, all these curses. And we wonder why we curse, why we living in the ghettos, why we, we wake up and we got to struggle, to feed our family, to find a job, thinking of a master plan to get out of the ghettos and the hell that we living in. It's going to get into it, but it's because we stopped following the laws and the commandments of God. You understand? It's because we started serving other gods and started, following other, religions and other nations. You know what I'm saying? This is why we in the position that we in now. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I said, we're gonna get into it and whatever.
Perfect. And just real quick,
concept.
What the brother is teaching and showing is he's going to show a description of who these people are,
right?
Who the children of Israel are. All right. You're going to hear these scriptures, you're going to hear these things, and you're going to know that those that claim to be Jewish,
right,
and Israel and the Jewish people and white people, they can't be Israel.
Right.
They can't be the chosen people of God because these don't fit them.
That's right.
These are not them at all.
Right.
All right.
And we're gonna see, the difference in how our life is, the way we live compared to, the so-called Jews or the Jewish man over in Israel,
Right.
the other nations, you're gonna see the clear difference on how we live in our lives and how they live in. It's a complete difference.
Absolutely.
So as Captain Azani was saying, they can't be the real Jews. They can't be the chosen people of God because they don't fit these curses that's found here in Deuteronomy 28.
Excellent.
So go ahead, sir. Baba
Right.
Kushal.
Verse 16. Cursed shalt thou be in the city, and cursed shalt thou be in the field.
Right there. Cursed shalt thou be in the city, and cursed shalt thou be in the field. Everywhere we go, we curse. Like I was saying, we living in hell. You know what I'm saying? We smoking weed. You know what I'm saying? We hating our people. It's a curse to have to live like that. You know what I'm saying? To have to, drive a car and to be scared, if we see police riding behind us or whatever. That's a curse. You know what I'm saying? So, go ahead, sir. Baba Kushal.
Right. And then also in the field, which means separate, like we could be in the city or we could be in the suburbs. Okay. All right. You ever heard of Trayvon Martin? Trayvon Martin, right? Yeah, young brother. He was in the suburbs.
Right.
He was in the nice area.
Right.
A gated community where a gate closed over the main street.
That's right.
You get what I'm saying? And he wasn't safe there.
Right.
You would think that. A lot of times people think, oh man, I gotta get out the hood and I'm gonna be safe.
Right.
My kids will be cool, they'll be fine. Nah, George Zimmerman rolled up on him, right? Harassed him. George Zimmerman started getting his ass whooped. And George Zimmerman pulled out a gun and murdered the brother. Unalived him, Slakia.
Right.
Unalived the young brother. How old was he? 14?
God, no older than 16, I believe.
Okay, 16, something young, right? So in the city, you're gonna go through hell, right? Police brutality, the cops may unalive you.
That's right.
Some gangs, right? Something crazy, the jealousy or envy of our own brothers, our own people, and then LeBron James moved all the way up. Remember we was teaching that in the class? He moved all the way up in the hills of Hollywood. He still spray painted the N-word on his garage.
That's right.
Nigger, get out of here. Like, you're going to be cursed everywhere.
That's right.
Why? Because this is showing who's under these curses.
That's right.
No, white people don't have to deal with that.
Exactly.
All right. Okay. What was that other one?
17, sir.
17.
Gotcha.
Cursed shalt thou be thy basket and thy store. Right? Meaning our businesses.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
The businesses.
Right now, you don't. There's not one all black owned business in Syracuse, and if you're gonna find one, at the top of that chain is gonna be ran by some type of white man or some type of Jewish man. It's not fully in our hands, and it hasn't been for 50 plus, 100 plus years or whatever. Whenever we get, you hear of the Black Wall Streets, how Brooklyn was back in the day, whatever, it all gets destroyed because, again, one, we curse and the white man hates to see us winning.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? He don't want to see us doing good because he fears that, and he knows that the more we become independent, the less he has power. You understand? He knows that we're gonna get to that point where we gonna, not need him anymore. And we don't need him, but that's the way we live our lives now, unfortunately. You know what I'm saying? For a lot of black and brown people, we feel that we need the white man to be able to run a business, to be able to, function in our own communities. You know what I'm saying? And that's not true. You know what I'm saying? We can be very independent and self-reliant within our own people.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? So,
can I say something real quick? I'm gonna tell you, I took my son to school one morning. Both of my boys, they was going to Delaware at the time. Right. Delaware on Geddes on the west side. I think it's finally all the way completely shut down. But across the street, there's a corner store.
Right.
Okay. Yeah. Code enforcement came, the news came. That place was filthy. The news came and brought the camera to the basement of the store. It was flooded.
Wow.
And just trash just floating on the water. And the cameraman, and the news reporter talking to him like, how did you let your store get like this?
Right.
He's like, this just happened. And the news reporter like, nah, code enforcement been talking to you for years, sir.
Right.
And you've been selling, you sold alcohol and liquor to minors and cigarettes to minors, and you was doing food stamps for dollars up there. He just horrible.
Right.
Like every single corner store in Syracuse.
That's right.
Right? So I'm seeing this on the news, and then the next morning, the code enforcement shut it down. Right? So the Arabs, they put a sign on the door, closed down temporarily, pop, pop, pop. Right? And I'm happy. I'm like, yeah, shutting down.
Right.
He's selling the kids cigarettes, and it's filthy in there. It's trash. It's horrible.
Right.
Why we got to shop at stores like this?
Right.
How disrespectful is that?
Right.
Shut it down. He put the sign on the door. I take my boys to school. These two brothers is walking down the street, going to the store. One brother walk up to the door. He pull on the door. He go, man, they closed. He read the sign. Closed down. He go, damn, man. Why the store closed down? No, we ain't got no cigarettes to buy, man. No, I can't roll my blunts.
That's crazy.
Yo, just like you said,
Right.
we think we can't do nothing without them.
Exactly.
That's cursed, bro.
Right. Right.
Brother, that's cursed.
That's a fact.
That's destroyed.
That's a
When
fact.
you feel like you ain't thinking, damn, that's good they shut this nasty store down.
Exactly.
That's good. Shut them all down.
Exactly.
So we can start opening up some stores. Maybe they'll give us the license to open up a store. Maybe we can start. Maybe I can stop smoking weed and stop smoking cigarettes.
Right.
Maybe I can fight it now.
Right.
Now that I ain't got nowhere to buy it at these corner stores who going to keep selling it to me. Maybe now I can break that habit and be strong and healthy.
That's right.
Nah. His mind, he was screaming up and down the street.
That's crazy.
Open up the store, man. Open this store back up. We need this store. I'm like, damn. That's sad.
That's a curse right there.
That's cursed.
That's cursed.
Jump down to 48.
48.
Oh, you want me to 36? Wherever you want me to go, bro. Brother.
God, so we could jump down to 36, verse 36.
Okay. 36. The Lord shall bring thee, and thy king, which thou shalt set over thee, unto a nation which neither thou nor thy fathers have known. And there shalt thou serve other gods, wood and stone.
So Wayne, I got a question. According to that passage that Captain Azania just read, the Lord shall bring thee and thy king, which thou shalt set over thee, unto a nation which neither thou nor thy father have known, and there shalt thou serve other gods, wood and stone. What does that sound like to you?
Slavery.
Slavery, right.
Enslaving people.
Exactly. And to the point to where it says, and there shalt thou serve other gods, wood and stone. What do you think that's talking about?
They're making them collect wood, chop down wood, and collect rocks or whatever just to serve them and praise them.
Not necessarily. So look. So what do the Christians, right? Just from the wood, when you think of what's a symbol that the Christians use? What's like their main symbol?
Ain't it the cross?
Right. The cross. That's right. That's the wood right there in that passage is symbolizing the cross. You understand? And for the stone, that's Islam. You understand? They what is it? I believe the Kaaba stone or rock, something like that.
Yep, cobblestone.
They circle it however many times. They, bang their head against it, pray to it. This right here is letting you know that the Lord is going to bring us into a nation, and this is just the beginning of the slavery, because we wasn't here. You think of the Atlantic slave trade. We were brought over here to a place that we didn't know. You know what I'm saying? And we were brought over here to serve other gods, Christianity, Islam, Buddha, you know what I'm saying? Believing that we, the Egyptians or whatever. This is what, and that's a curse to not know who we are and what God we're supposed to serve. You understand? So I don't know if you want to piggyback off of that, sir.
That's excellent.
God.
You hit it. And the brother said the cross.
Right.
The cross is wood.
Exactly.
And what happens when you go into a church? You bow down to a wooden cross.
Right.
You ain't supposed to do that.
That's right.
Nowhere in the Bible tells you to bow down to a wooden cross.
Right.
But you're going to bow down to a wooden cross. You'll bow down to a statue.
Right.
Right. With the white Jesus, like you said, Most High said that's going to be a curse. And which people do that? Serving another God. White Jesus should be whose God?
White.
That's right.
Give him a hand. That's white people God. Let them have it. Let white people have white Jesus.
Right.
They love white Jesus so much, let them have it.
That's right.
We know Jesus, it's not the real Jesus.
That's right.
So we ain't going to bow down to no white Jesus, but that's what we become because we're cursed. No other nation serves a God that don't look like them.
Right.
The Chinese God look Chinese.
That's right.
The Arab God looks Arab.
That's right.
Right? Muhammad is an Arab. He a Palestinian like them.
Mm-hmm.
Them Africans, they worship African gods.
That's right.
Everybody God look like them.
That's right.
Except us.
Yep.
Like you said, slavery.
Yep.
Slavery, they forced you. You better bow down and pray to this cross. You better do it.
Yep.
Or you get your head chopped off.
That's right.
Yep. They went to Puerto Rico.
Mm-hmm.
They made every one of them, all the Boricuas, all the Puerto Rican brothers, all the Ephraimites, all the sisters, women and children. You better bow down to it.
Right. Everywhere.
You better bow down to it. You better pray to it. If you did it, they hung you from a tree. They chopped your head off.
Exactly.
So much to where the mothers were sick crying and made all the children do what? Bow down to the white Jesus. What happens today? What's the churches filled with? Men or women?
Men.
The churches.
Oh, the churches are women.
Yeah.
There you go.
It's mainly grandmas and aunties, right?
Yeah.
That's right.
They the main ones in there. Your grandmother wants you to go to church. Your mother wants you to go to church. You better get up and go to church. Your aunt wants you to go to church. There's men in there too, but it's mainly filled with women. And they make you bow down. You get a whooping if you don't pray to Jesus.
That's right.
If you don't act like you got the Holy Ghost, you bow down to it. That's a curse. Nobody else is like that.
That's right.
Except Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans.
Yeah.
Black people are like that. This book is Black people's book.
That's right.
Go ahead, Axelaki.
God, sir, you too out, sir.
Let me keep going.
Kind of a concept.
Which verse?
We could.
You said 36 and 37?
God, so we could finish that 37 off.
37. And thou shalt become an astonishment, a proverb, and a byword among all nations, for the Lord shall lead thee.
See right there where it says, and thou shalt become an astonishment and a proverb and a byword among all nations. We the only people that don't know what to call ourselves. And we've been given names. You know, we wasn't always just called African Americans. At one point it was an Afro-American, Negro. You know what I'm saying? We've been called so many different names and bywords and things like that. Color people. You know what I'm saying? We the only people that don't know who we are, where we come from. Every other nation of people can trace back, you know, where they come from, their lineage, their name, and everything else like that. But our people, we've been given names from, you know, our oppressors. You know what I'm saying? We've been given, you know, the name Puerto Ricans, you know, African Americans, Mexicans, you know, things like this. We wasn't originally called that.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's once again, that's a curse that we've been living in America, because once again, we stopped following the laws, statutes, and commandments of the Most High. You know what I'm saying? So if you can, we drop down to verse 41.
You mean your name?
Right.
Yep.
Right.
Your names ain't what your name should be.
Exactly.
Right. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Your last name. You don't have to tell me your last name, but your last name is in a name in Hebrew.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? From
Right.
the tribe that you from.
Right.
Your last name is from some white man
Exactly.
that owns your people.
Exactly.
So we called by something that's not even associated with us.
Right.
Irish people have Irish names.
Exactly.
McGilligan,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
Italian people have Italian last names.
That's right.
DeFrancisco.
Mm-hmm.
Understand what I'm saying? They have names that come from their people of who they are.
That's right.
We don't own an African, a Hamite.
Yep. Yep.
Right? What's Hamite's name? Oh man. I can't even say him, man.
Crazy clicks and
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I was one playing basketball the other night, and I was like, damn, I can't even say his name.
You got one bowl.
Yeah, Bowl. Wimbiamba was the tall one for the Spurs.
Yeah, and then Giannis is Greek though.
Oh, that's a good point.
Yeah.
Good point. Giannis is Greek.
Yep.
Why is Giannis Greek?
Because his mother's white and his father was messing with a white woman.
Where at?
I don't know that.
You just said it, though.
Greece.
And give him a hand. So because he lived in Greece, he had to take on the Greek name.
Right.
Right? His last name is a Greek name.
Right.
Aniapolo, whatever.
Antetokounmpo.
Is that that's a Hamite name though, right? I don't know, man. I don't even know no more. But these people got names, right? Like you said, his first name, Giannis, that's Greek,
Mm-hmm.
right? Okay. You might have a name that represent his tribe from West Africa.
Right.
Okay. All right. Our last names be Smith,
Mm-hmm.
Jones, right? White. Some name from a white man's name.
Right.
That's sad, man.
Right.
We call by other names, like the scripture says.
Exactly.
Nobody else is like that
Exactly.
except us.
So like you drop down 41?
41.
Sir.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 41. Thou shalt beget sons and daughters, but thou shalt not enjoy them, for they shall go into captivity.
All right, so what does that sound like, right? It says, thou shalt beget sons and daughters, but thou shalt not enjoy them, for they shall go into captivity. What's that sound like to you?
Like they're just taking their kids away from them on birth.
Exactly. Who?
The
Who?
white man.
That's right. Exactly. So this is very clear. You know what I'm saying? And this just shows the spirit that the white man had on him. You understand? To be able, and even in today's time, you see this happening with ICE. You know what I'm saying? You see fathers and mothers clinging on to their children, and you'll see, a white man breaking in their cars or their homes or whatever and snatching their babies out of their hands. You know what I'm saying? They can't even enjoy, their kids or whatever because they looked at as less than or whatever. And we built America. You know what I'm saying? We looked at as immigrants and things like this when we was here first.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? The white man came over here and stole everything, raped, robbed, unalived everybody, and then want to call us the immigrants. You know what I'm saying?
Crazy.
And even in slavery time, they taking our babies. You know what I'm saying? Right when our sisters, mothers get pregnant, they take them. You know what I'm saying? Put them in the field. You know what I'm saying? They don't ever get to raise their babies. They being raised by the white man, by the white woman. You know what I'm saying? So and thou shalt beget sons and daughters, but thou shalt not enjoy them, for they shall go into captivity. Mm-hmm. Imagine you having a baby, a daughter or a son, and you don't even get to hold your baby. You know what I'm saying? Because you got somebody, your slave master, coming to snatch them out of your arms.
Right.
That's a terrible feeling. You know what I'm saying? That happened too much. And that still happens today.
That's right.
That still happens today.
That's right. And only to a certain.
And only to a certain people.
That's right.
You don't see that happening to the whites,
Yeah.
to the Arabs, to the Africans. You understand? To the Indians. You know what I'm saying? That don't happen to nobody else but us. And that's once again, that's a curse that we living under. That just shows that we living in hell. You know what I'm saying? We don't have to be in a physical place to be living in hell. You know what I'm saying? Even though this America is our hell, just going through that every day, you know what I'm saying? Seeing that on the TVs and all over the radio, that's hell. And like Captain Azania said, that only happens to us. It don't happen to nobody else. And if it do, it's very, very rare.
That's
and
right.
It's not talked about.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Go ahead, brother.
So I had a question, right? So you said Hispanics is like a part of us, right?
That's right.
So, as in like all the sins, like for example, like Pablo Escobar and El Chapo ever like made all his sins, would they ever be like forgiven by like whenever they're like their date comes or the day comes?
You good?
So okay, so you saying with Pablo Escobar, basically the drug cartels, right?
Yeah.
Because of what they've done, you know, selling drugs, the unaliving that they've done, will they be forgiven for what they've done?
For their sins.
For their sins? I don't want to give a personal answer. You know what I'm saying? What I think.
If they're an Israelite, if you're an Israelite, right? Slacky.
Concept.
If you're an Israelite, meaning if you Black, Hispanic, and Native American, the sins that you commit, you can be forgiven of them because you're an Israelite.
Right.
If you truly repent and sorrowful for what you did. All right. Now, when you hear about Hispanics, right? Okay. This is what the white man does, Wayne. I'm not pointing you out, but I'm just saying he gonna push in your mind Pablo Escobar. He gonna push in your man Noriega,
Right.
El Chapo.
Right.
He gonna get that in your mind. Why would that pop in your mind? You know why? Because the white man controls the media.
Right.
He controls the things in which we see. And then he creates a story behind it. So that way, when he sends ICE, Trump says, I'm just getting the drug dealers.
Right.
Right? So that way, everybody thinks that every Mexican, every Honduran, every El Salvadoran, every Costa Rican is what?
A drug dealer.
Thank you.
Right.
Every Colombian brother is a drug dealer now. Right? Okay. Where you from, Wayne?
Syracuse.
Where? What part of town?
The West Side.
You from the West Side. So me thinking that you from the West Side, right? What am I supposed to think of you? Automatically. I'm supposed to think you a drug dealer, right?
Yeah, I see what you mean.
You see what I'm saying? Now you a drug dealer. Now you gang banging. Now you thugged out.
Right.
Now you stealing cars.
Right.
You robbing niggas. You hitting old ladies over the head. Why? Because Wayne from the West Side.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah,
that's what the white man does with the Hispanics.
That's right.
The stereotype.
Right, the stereotype.
Exactly.
He take 3 drug dealers and make you think that every Hispanic is a drug dealer. You feel what I'm saying? Right? You got famous Black drug dealers.
Right.
Frank Lucas, Alpo, all that. All that stupid garbage nonsense.
Right.
Right? But those brothers, those sisters that get involved with that life, they can repent.
That's right.
And you know where they come? Where they come?
Here?
Yes, they do. And they never sell drugs again.
That's right.
We got brothers in here who used to sell bricks. Who used to do beds in prison. Horrible life. Horrible life that we detest and go against. And now they're in here.
That's right.
They preach now. So now you ain't just looked at as some young YN
Right.
from the West Side. You're going to be a priest. You see your brother right here, your man right here. It's your people. Right? Young. He a priest.
That's right.
He teaching classes to his people, the Bible.
That's right.
You feel what I'm saying? That's how the Most High wants us to be seen. That's where he chose us to be. But because the white man and these curses, like this is said right here, that's what happened to us.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? Right. I'm not saying that you didn't have a valid question.
Yeah.
I'm just saying That's the first thing that's going to pop in everybody's mind.
Right.
Because that's what the white man want. Trump loves saying that.
Yep.
Trump say it every day. I'm just getting those drug dealers, those rapists. They're horrible. Look at Trump, man. Trump got 34 felons.
Yep.
Trump on the Epstein file.
Right.
You know what they did on Epstein Island? They took babies and molested them, tortured them. Trump was down there doing all that.
That's a fact.
Right? And he see Mexicans working hard at Lowe's or Home Depot, building roofs, being cool people. You from the West Side, right? Right. We around them. They cool people, man.
Right.
They got businesses. Leave them alone. You know what Trump want to do? He don't want you to think that he's a criminal and his people,
right? Because
they the greatest drug dealers.
That's a fact.
Noriega was giving all them drugs, and El Chapo that they just arrested, and he crawled out some tunnel, and they put him back in there. All that nonsense. You know who gave them all the drugs?
No idea.
Thank you, brother. Give him my hand. Oliver North. Look up his name up. Oliver North. CIA. Oliver North or the CIA went down there, straight up, went down to Central America somewhere and showed them how to take this plant, break it down, chop it up, cook it, and make cocaine out of it. Wow. They made cocaine out of it, and he showed all of them how to do all that, or the CIA. Right? Got them to bring it to where? To the suburbs?
Oh,
to where little Priscilla lives? Trump's daughters live? Nope. To the hood.
That's right.
Right? Okay. Because of the curses that we talking about.
Right.
So like it.
Nah, that's what I was saying.
Mm-hmm.
You said Oliver North?
Oliver North. Yep.
I just want to note that, my fault.
That's perfect.
So like I said, did you want to finish?
Whatever you need me to do, brother. Want to get to the point for time's sake?
Which one was that? 68?
Yeah. Yep.
We're going to drop down to 68.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 68. Check this out, boy. Yep. This Black history right here.
And Salaka, before you go ahead and read that,
yeah.
A lot of people question, is the Bible real? You know what I'm saying? Should we believe it? This, that, and the third. All throughout the Bible, from Genesis to Revelation, you're going to find prophecy. You know what I'm saying? You're going to find something to come that's going to happen in the future, whether it's the near future, far off in the future, you're going to find prophecy. You understand? And that's just one reason why this Bible, one, is Black history and why it's true. Everything in it. So you're going to see why the Bible is, in fact, real. You understand? And we're going to go ahead and we're going to get into that.
Absolutely.
Verse 68.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships, by the way whereof I spake unto thee.
Salakia. And so where it says right here, and the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships, it's not talking about a physical Egypt, right? It's talking about a spiritual Egypt. You understand? Because Egypt is just a house of bondage. You understand? So, go ahead, sir.
Salakia. And that's what the word Egypt means.
Right.
House of bondage.
Right.
So right here in the scripture, it's saying house of bondage.
Right.
All right. Go ahead, brother.
So the way how we speak now, right? Why is it like so different how it's like spoken inside the Bible?
Like the way we,
like how it's like read, it's like different how we speak it, like how we speak now.
Well, that part of that is, due to the curses that we read earlier. You know You know what I'm saying? Being once again, we stopped following the law, statute, commandments of God. So he put us in the hands of our oppressors. You know what I'm saying? And we took on their ways and the way they speak and everything because, you know, we didn't speak English or whatever. We were speaking Hebrew or the Lashawan Kodash. You know what I'm saying? The Holy Tongue. So, you know, one of the reasons why we speak, why it's not like this anymore, you know, again, is because we're not speaking our language. You understand? We got to speak another man's language. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you want to expound on that, sir.
Yeah, I think that's what you were saying, right? Or do you mean like because the Bible says thous?
Everything is like, it's not like how, like, you see how we speaking like fluently and everything. It doesn't seem like like, you know how Greek mythology is and how it's spoken like that.
Right.
We don't speak like that, and then how everything is like listed.
Okay.
It's not just, you know.
Right. We use the King James version, right? This King James version is in Old English. All right. What you and I speak today would be a modern English or an American English, right? And the reason why it was just because that's how the dialect was, but it is English. Okay. And we use the King James because it's closest. He had, I can't remember how many, I think it was over 40 Hebrew scholars that translated to English.
Right.
So this is the best version to get the closest understanding of what the Bible is really saying.
Right.
Okay. You got different versions of the Bible, and it'd be twisting the whole scripture up.
Yeah, exactly.
That's not even what the scripture was meaning to say.
Exactly.
You get what I'm saying? Okay. Like they got a Bible now for the LGBTQ called the Queen James Bible.
Wow.
Yeah, I never heard that.
Yeah. But you get what I'm saying? Like, so you want to make sure we in the ISUPK we use the King James 1611 version,
right,
which is the Old English, because it's the closest to the Hebrew,
right,
to get the understanding. All right. When you come into the school here, you're going to get more and more. You're going to deal with brothers who are scholars. You see that right there, right?
Yeah.
That was last night's class, the Lashawan Kodash, the Hebrew. You got brothers who scholars in it. So when we translate, brothers is translating the scriptures. We're scholars in the ISUPK. All right. So that's what you'll start to learn and things like that. Okay. I just wanted to bring this out too, brother. When you said Egypt. On the back of the dollar bill.
Concept.
I'll just show it to the camera if that's all right.
Concept.
Okay. On the back of the dollar bill, you want me to read that scripture again? It says, and the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships. You see on the back of a dollar bill? You ever see that?
Yeah.
What's that?
What's it called? The pyramid.
A pyramid. Right. Where's the pyramids from?
Egypt.
Yes. Why is an Egyptian pyramid with the eye of Ra, the god of the Egyptians, why is that on the back of the dollar? The American dollar. Why would that be there?
No, I ain't gonna lie to you.
But you see that, right?
Question, yeah.
It says, and the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt. What does it say after that? Egypt?
Okay.
Right. What does it mean, Wayne, when it says again? What does again mean?
Over and over.
Second time, right?
Thank you.
Right.
Perfect, brother. Right. A second time. Over and over.
Right.
That's why this has a pyramid on the back of it.
Right.
That's how deep that is.
That's right.
This is the new Egypt. The children of Israel were slaves in Egypt there. And that's why the scripture says, and the Lord shall bring you into Egypt again.
Right.
Because where are we now? In the new Egypt. You see, it's on the back of the dollar bill.
Yeah.
That's in plain sight. Black people are the Israelites.
That's right.
We're the people of the Bible.
That's right.
It's right there. Yep. It's so crazy that they got the pyramid right there.
Right in front of your face.
And who built up America? Who built America?
What?
Thank you.
That's right.
Everything you see, we built. Can you post a video of all the inventors?
I gotta post it, sir. Yep.
Oh, that was heavy, man.
Sir. God, sir.
We built everything. Blacks, Hispanics built everything,
Right.
invented everything. Why? Because this is the new Egypt.
That's right.
And we built it for them.
Yep.
That's what the scripture's saying.
So like, and like he said, Egypt just means a house of bondage or bondage, right? And it's saying, and the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships. So according to history, what people do you know that was brought over from one land to another by way of ships into a land that wasn't theirs?
Colombians.
Right, but what people though?
What's the word? Western or nah?
Like, okay, the
European.
Nope. So it was the Europeans that enslaved us from the coast of Africa, but it was the Israelites. You understand? It was the black people. You understand that? And we weren't the first people to go into slavery. You understand? But according to this, and you can just see within the history that we know here in America, that we the only people that's ever been brought from one land to another by way of ships and sold to another people. That has not happened anywhere else in history. That's our history. That's black history found in the Bible.
That's right.
You understand? There's nowhere else that you can find in no type of text, no history, wherever, that you're going to find white people taking Chinese people from China or wherever the coast of into another land and stripping them of their culture, their language, you know what I'm saying, their God, and having them serve their, what they want them to serve. You understand? That's only happened to us. The so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians. That's only happened to us.
That's right.
And like I said, this just goes to show that the Bible is 100% real. This is just one of hundreds of prophecies found within the scriptures. You understand? This was written thousands of years ago, and this happened. How many hundred years ago? The transatlantic slave trade. This is history right here. This is black
years.
God, sir. This is real black history that you don't hear about that on social media or whatever in the church. They're not bringing up this kind of black history. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna talk about what MLK did in his march, or Malcolm X, or Marcus Garvey or whatever. They're gonna talk about that before they even get into these scriptures on this being our history, our black history. You know what I'm saying? So
they count my apologies, but they count the 90s and basically the 90s as our history, our main history.
I mean, that is true to an extent, but it's
basically like when it comes whenever it comes up to like a modern day, they bring up that and then things like that.
But when you think of black history, like the 9 times out of 10, you're gonna think of what Martin Luther King did. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna think of the I Have a Dream speech or Malcolm X doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, those are more prominent figures when it comes to what black history is, because we believe that MLK or Malcolm X or whoever was the greatest man to walk the earth, and that's far from the truth. You understand? Yahweh Shai, who the world calls Jesus Christ, was the greatest man to ever walk this earth.
A black man.
You know what I'm saying? And that's real history right there. That's black history that we need to teach. You know what I'm saying? That our kids don't know. They're not teaching Christ was a black man and that's black history in the schools. You know what I'm saying? They're not teaching that. They don't even teach that in the churches. And it's written in the scriptures. You know what I'm saying? Like you said before, they believe that Christ is a white man. You know what I'm saying? And again, that's not found in the scriptures. You know what I'm saying? In the ISUPK, you're gonna hear the truth. 1,000%. And one of those truths is that Christ was a black man. You understand? Yahweh Shai was a black man. He wasn't a European. And Captain Zaryak and Captain Katazar, when they was doing the debate like last week with the 2 Mexican brothers. Ishkarites. Come on, sir. So they was bringing out, every other nation of people had a different depiction of what Christ looked like. You know what I'm saying? It was either, the Europeans had the white Christ, the Africans had the African, the Indians had theirs, the Buddha, whatever. But they didn't bring out not one time that Christ looked like us. that he was a nigga. You understand? They didn't bring that out not one time. And again, it's found here in the scriptures. And it's why we say the ISUPK is the home of the truth.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? So go ahead and get back into that. If you didn't have anything else, sir.
No, I'm too wrong. Thou shalt see it no more again, and there ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you.
Once again, this just goes to show that the Bible is real history. We are the only people that's been brought over to a land that we don't know, that we never seen. You understand? And we are the only people that was put up on auction blocks and sold to the lowest bidder.
That's right.
You understand? We the only people that had to go through that. You know what I'm saying? We the only ones that had to live out that curse. And like Captain Azadia said earlier, this right here goes to show the difference between the real Israelites, the real Jews, and the Jewish man that's living over in Israel right now. He didn't have to go through these curses. You understand? He wasn't put on ships and sold to another people. You know what I'm saying? That didn't happen. That's just one thing right there that just proves that we are the real Jews. You understand? We the real Israelites. We really God's chosen people because we fit these curses to a T. You understand? Nobody else. So-called blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians, we fit these curses. Nobody else. So, that was too wild, sir.
That's too wild.
68 right there.
That's excellent.
You have any questions?
No.
That's excellent. And for time's sake, would you want to go right to the house shot?
Revelations.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna go to Revelations.
Was it something you wanted to say here?
I kind of went into that just now.
Maybe you had it on that page. My fault.
No, I think.
Oh, you had it back there?
God, sir. Yeah, it was right.
Okay.
It's basically going into Captain Cox's.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay. You was just bringing it out. Okay.
Nah, sir, but we can go into actually get the scripture that shows that Yahweh Shai was truly a black man. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna go. You go ahead and go to Revelations chapter 1 and verse 13.
Revelation is the last book in the Bible, the last letter in the Bible.
Revelations is revealing.
It's all the way at the end.
You understand? Page 1347. And we're gonna start at what else? Oh, Slovakia. Chapter 1. Slovakia, page 1337. Revelation chapter 1. Verse. You're gonna start at 14, sir?
I can start at 13.
13. Kind of work on.
Revelation chapter 1, verse 13. And in the midst of the 7 candlesticks, one like unto the Son of Man, clothed with a garment down to the foot, and girt about the paps with a golden girdle.
That right there sounds like a glorious garment. You understand that Yahweh Shai was wearing, right?
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So go ahead, we're gonna go to verse.
And that's right there.
Right. That's a more biblical description of what Yahweh Shai, who the world calls Jesus Christ, would look like. You don't see no blonde, blue-eyed, you know what I'm saying, surfer boy up there. That looked like a man of war. You understand me? Go ahead. We're gonna 14, sir.
Verse 14. His head and his hairs were white like wool.
Right.
As white as snow.
Yep. Go ahead.
And his eyes were as a flame of fire.
So right here it says, and his head and his hairs were white like wool. as white as snow, and his eyes were as a flame of fire. I don't see long brown hair. You understand? This is describing the texture of his hair and the color of his hair on his head. You
That's
understand?
right. Yeah.
Just like the picture. You don't see long flowy hair. You know what I'm saying? You don't see blonde hair. You don't see dirty brown blonde hair, white like wool. And we know woolly hair, afro. You know what I'm saying? Kinky, curls. You know what I'm saying? Not straight hair. I'm going ahead. We're gonna drop down to 15, verse 15.
Verse 15. And his feet like unto fine brass.
And like his feet, like unto fine brass. Let me ask you a question. What color is brass?
Brass is brown.
Brown, right?
Excellent.
Exactly. Like a penny color or something like that. You understand? Go ahead.
And his feet like unto fine brass, as if they burned in a furnace.
So now if you take a penny, if you take anything and you put it in a furnace and you burn it, what color and you take it out, what color is that gonna be? Black. You understand? Darker than what it was when it went in. You understand? The image that you see in the Christian church and throughout the world, he ain't burnt. He ain't black. You know what I'm saying? He's a white boy. You know what I'm saying? That picture that you stepped on right there when you came into the class, that's what the world believes Jesus Christ looked like.
Right.
That's Caesar Borgia, you understand? That's not what Christ looked like. That's not what Yahweh Shai looked like.
Right.
And it's explained clear as day in the scriptures. There ain't no getting around it. It's clear as day. And people would like to say, why does color matter? Why does it, matter what he looked like, what color he looked like? It matters because it's recorded in the scriptures.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? If it didn't matter, it wouldn't have been in here.
That's right.
Especially in Revelations. You understand? If it didn't matter, we would have never knew. You know what I'm saying? But it matters because the world changes his image to be a so-called, a European or an African, whatever. Not what the scriptures say. You understand? So you're gonna come into the ISUPK, you're gonna learn what Christ really looked like. You understand? You're gonna learn that that's a more biblical description of what he looked like, and not what you see across the world, what you might see on a Jesus piece or the Last Supper or whatever. You know what I'm saying? All Christ's disciples was black. Every single last one of them. But go ahead.
And that should be pushed.
Come on, sir.
If we talk about Black history,
Right, exactly.
what are we taught in school and at home or in the church, wherever you go? Whenever you think of Black history, what's some people that you think of Black history or that we were taught?
Malcolm X and Martin Luther King.
Malcolm
Right.
X, Martin Luther King.
Right.
Who else?
Marcus Garvey.
Gandhi, or Gandhi. Yeah, Gandhi.
Gandhi?
Was he Indian, I believe?
Yeah, he was Indian.
Mhm.
Right.
What do you say?
But, yo, this brother, you deeper than what you think.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
You saying stuff. The reason why I'm saying that is because Martin Luther King, his mentor or who he followed or aspired to be like, was Gandhi.
That's right.
Gandhi was East Indian.
Right.
You know the dudes at the 7-Elevens?
Yeah.
Bangali, with the big towels wrapped up on their head. The turbans, yeah. We say towels. We make them fun, right? Those is Gandhi's people over there in India. That's Gandhi. Gandhi hated black people.
Exactly.
He was racist. Gandhi hated black people. He couldn't stand black people. But Martin Luther King read Gandhi's book and followed Gandhi and wanted us to be like Gandhi.
Right.
And that's Black history. That's messed up.
That's right.
Ain't that crazy?
Yeah.
Gandhi ain't our people.
Right.
But Martin Luther King followed when Martin Luther King said, let's march. And even if they throw stones at us, keep marching. He got that from Gandhi. He didn't get that from Jesus in the Bible.
Right.
You know why he didn't get it from Jesus in the Bible? Because he thought Jesus was
white.
He thought Jesus was white.
Right.
So you think you being taught Black history, they never bring up Jesus.
Exactly.
They say, do a report. Pick somebody to do Black history. Nobody picked Jesus.
Never. You gotta pick
Pick
some kind of
Malcolm
athlete.
X.
Right.
Right. Jesse Owens.
Exactly.
Who else? Michael Jordan.
Yep.
You do them for Black History.
That's
You write
right.
a paper on it. Who else? Oprah Winfrey, Harriet Tubman, Thurgood Marshall, not Carter G. Wilson, but it's like it. The Peanut. Washington Carver. You ever heard of George Washington Carver?
Yeah.
Okay. He made peanut butter.
Mm-hmm.
We used to sit there and write papers on it and love it. And I used to always talk about him. Matthew Henderson is the first man to the North Pole, was a black man.
Wow.
That's crazy, eh?
Right.
Matthew Henderson.
Wow.
A black man was the first man to ever make it to the North Pole. That's astonishing. But we don't, but all those brothers and sisters, they think Jesus is white.
Right.
And Black history should be right here. It just said he's black.
Right.
He got hair like wool. We got wool hair.
Right.
Thick, kinky hair, like wool. You ever see a wool sheep?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all curled up and thick. That's our hair.
Right.
That's in the Bible.
That's right.
Feet like bronze, as if it burned in the furnace. Right?
God.
Brass, it's like it. Brass is brown.
Right.
You got brass and you put it in the furnace, like he said, black. So Jesus is black.
Right.
And that should be the main thing taught for Black history.
That's right.
Why can't we teach that? The Jews is black.
Right.
That's Black history.
Mm-hmm.
We should teach that.
That's right.
Who the hell cares what the white man do? The white man don't want us to teach Black history.
Right.
You just said something about the 90s. They about to cut everything off and we just going to start from the 90s now. Right or wrong? I'm going to say everything started, right? Just forget about the past. We're going to start from the 90s. Damn.
Right.
They don't want you to know nothing. Well, let them learn nothing. White people was crying right now.
Right.
Why do my children have to learn about slavery?
Yeah.
You're making them feel bad. If you make them feel bad, that's not right. That's racist to teach white children that their ancestors enslaved Black people.
Right.
That's insane.
That's right.
And you know what we should say to white people? You stupid. Do whatever the hell you want. Because we'll teach Black history.
Right.
Now, when we teach Black history, we won't teach Adam, Adam Black, Noah Black, Abraham Black, Isaac Black, Jacob Black, David, Solomon, all the prophets, Jeremiah and Isaiah.
That's right.
Peter, Paul, Ezekiel, Andrew, Matthew, all them brothers and sisters, everybody in the Bible is Black. That's Black history. Let us teach our own history. Go ahead. You got something else?
Last year, that was that for
all right.
Shy. I know you want to bring out another scripture.
It's up to you. We got 5 minutes.
I was gonna try to find another one. This one's solid.
Oh, I can grab it for you. Got it. Psalms, Proverbs, Song of Solomon. Psalms, Proverbs, Song of Solomon. There we go. I don't know if it's the same exact line up, but y'all just have to Proverbs. Right?
You said okay.
You said chapter 1.
God, sir.
You want to give the brother the location? Y'all got the same one, right?
So page 756, Songs of Solomon. Let's start at chapter 1 and verse 5. And this just goes into, the Bible once again being Black history and showing that color. You're gonna find color throughout the scriptures. Why people say color doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter what skin color you are. It just matter if you love Christ or not. You love God. No, color is 1,000% in the Bible. You understand? And again, if color didn't matter, it wouldn't have been recorded in the scriptures.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? So it matters that you're a black man. You're not just a black man, but it matters that you black. You understand? It matters what you are. And we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna get into it real quick. So we start at chapter 1 and verse 5, sir, about Kishon.
The Song of Solomon, chapter 1, verse 5. I am black.
It says, I am black off the rip. It don't say I'm white, not yellow. It says I am black.
I am black.
Go ahead.
But comely.
Comely. That's just beautiful, right?
Handsome.
Handsome. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we got to think, and this is something that we got to, go ahead. Go ahead, sir.
I am black, but comely. O ye daughters of Jerusalem, as the tents of Kedar, as the curtains of Solomon.
Right. And this is something that we got to teach our people, you know what I'm saying? Teach our daughters, our sons, that being black, when we grew up, we thought being black was nasty. You think that you dirty. You know what I'm saying? It just said, I am black, but comely, handsome. You understand? Beautiful. We got to teach our daughters, our sons, that it's a blessing to be black.
That's right.
I used to hear, I'm black and I'm proud. I don't hear that anymore. I really don't. You know what I'm saying? It seems like our people not proud to be black anymore. You see our daughters, our sisters, mothers, rocking the blonde hair. They don't got the afros no more. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to be natural. They want to live like the heathens. They want to live like the other nations because they don't feel like they're beautiful. They don't feel like, you know what I'm saying, they worth anything because of the color of their skin. You know what I'm saying? But Solomon right here, I am black but comely, O ye daughters of Jerusalem. You understand? Our daughters are beautiful.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Our sons are handsome. We gotta teach our kids this. You know what I'm saying? That's nothing to be ashamed of. You know what I'm saying? It's a blessing to be an Israelite. You know what I'm saying? That the Lord chose you to be his people. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, sir, if you want to finish off with something.
That was excellent, man.
The water, sir.
All right. And like the brother said, that's black history.
Right.
Solomon says right here that I am black.
That's right.
All right. A description that he's given. Okay. He's saying I'm black, but I'm comely.
Right.
And I'm black, but I'm handsome. I'm handsome. Okay. All throughout the Bible, you got scriptures that show the description and depiction of the people of the Bible
Right.
having black skin or brown skin or under an identity that we under.
Right.
Okay. Another one, Jesus, where he says, what good thing can come out of Nazareth?
God,
Nazareth was the west side.
Right. The ghettos.
It was the ghetto
That's
of Jerusalem or Palestine.
That's right.
And that's where he was born at. He was born in the ghetto.
Mm-hmm.
He was born to young parents, young black parents, Joseph and Mary. Ain't that crazy?
That's right, sir.
Who never had a wedding ceremony.
Right.
That's how deep that is. That's how much he's related to us. Because he's the same thing as us.
That's right.
You're a black man, a nigga from the west side.
That's right.
You understand what I'm saying? So that should show us that this is true black history.
Right.
For us to really correlate and be a part of who we are. The 12 tribes of Israel.
That's right.
All right. Had anything else?
Last, I'm 12.
Okay. All right. For your class, you can just do the salute.
Yeah,
2 hours there.
God.
All right.
Men of Israel, I imagine. I'll give a courteous salute to the Akim. Men of Israel, I imagine. I imagine Shabbat. I imagine. Barak. Yahweh Shem Yahushai Barakathum. We're going to give a Yazmatah. We're going to give a courteous salute to the Akwakim. Men of Israel, I imagine. I imagine Shabbat. I imagine. Barak. Yahweh Shamar Alatah Shem Yahushai. Class is dismissed.